This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday everybody has a problem with putty. How to connect with putty? My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. So I'm going to log in here. I have logged in. Now I will see I do have an IP address or not. So yesterday I have explained that if you want to go to someone's home, you need to know the address, correct? Where that person lives. So here in computer world, we do have called the same thing as IP address. We need to know the IP address to reach to that particular person or reach to that particular computer. So here we can see that we don't have IP address. Yeah, I was explaining that one thing yesterday is you can see that the two numbers seems to be ETH0, and that's a Ethernet interface for me. For you, it may be named as ENP0S3. After that, it says broadcast, multicast, up, lower up. So that's what all things it's going to be supported. MTU is transferring unit maybe 1500. What that's what by default it's set. And then are you able to see that in the same line state space up? Okay, state space up is there. It means like your Ethernet is up, connected. Okay. If its state is down, it means your Ethernet is not connected. A network is not connected with your with your server. And how do you see in your Windows system? Let's say here, if this is disconnected, you will say that Wi-Fi is disconnected. If LAN is disconnected, it will not come symbol here. LAN symbol will used to come here in Windows, so it will not come here. Similarly, if it's up, then things are connected. If it's down, it means it's not connected. So you need to give a command if of ETH0. Sorry. Sorry. Uh,
IF
yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
IF up ETH0, right?
I don't see that
IFUP.
problem. I don't see that
IF
IFUP. I don't see that command, sir. IFUP. Okay, configuration. Okay, coming. FUP I was it's coming. I was thinking FUP should be there, but It was not coming in the binary. So if up, then ETH0. So there can be some cases, like let's say if you are disconnected, I mean LAN is not connected. In that case, you will not be able to get the network at all. So let's say here LAN is connected, and even though if says down, it means it means from here, from this network interface, it is down. So you need to make it up, and after making it up, you can see whether it's showing up or not. Oh, okay. As soon as I have made if up, it has taken the IP also. You can see that 192.168.1.57. Okay, let me reboot and show you. I wanted to show something else to you guys. There is something called MAC address. Anybody knows what is called MAC address? And where we can find out the MAC address? Hmm. uh, in the same line, in ETH0 line, at last you can see that qlen 1000, and after that in next line slash ether, then 00 colon 15 colon 5d colon 62 colon 0d colon 01. That's your MAC address. So MAC address is actually the address of uh, hardware address of a device. So you can say that you have reached to your home. Okay, so IP address, through IP address you can reach to the home, but you need to talk to a person. So you need to know the name of that particular person. So here MAC address is the name of that particular person. So name of the device here. What is the name of the device? You can say that 00155D62 0D01. Size of the screen. Sure, let me give a try. Zoom level 75. Oh, it's too less. Zoom size 150%. It's, I think it's the same. 200. I think this is okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So MAC address. If somebody asks that what is the difference between MAC address and IP address, then you should be able to distinguish that what is the difference between MAC address and IP address. MAC address is the hardware address of that particular Ethernet card or a Wi-Fi, and IP address is a address which has been assigned by the network. MAC address is not assigned by the network. It's assigned by the manufacturer. When you buy the laptop, MAC address come along with that itself. Okay. So let's say you have a Wi-Fi card installed in your laptop. Let's say somebody has taken out, and then if that Wi-Fi card, if somebody is moving to another system, that MAC address also will go with the Wi-Fi itself. So MAC address is bound to that particular hardware, and that has been given by the manufacturer. Is it clear? So now we can see that we don't see any IP address with ETH0. So in your case also, you will not be able to see any IP address with ETH0. So there are two ways to get the IP address. One is static, another one is dynamic. Static means you need to open etc sysconfig network hyphen scripts. Please remember the location. In interview, they will ask the location also. What is the location of the network files? Okay. Then you need to it's not coming. ifcfg hyphen eth0. This is the network file location of my Ethernet card. Okay. So in your case it would be ifcfg hyphen enp03. This file has automatically been created by the network manager. Okay. So you can come here, and there are several things in this. You need to change some of the method. Let's say it's DHCP. You need to change this DHCP to static, and then the name should be the same. IPv4. You need to add some 2 3 fields here, and IPv4, net mask, and DNS, and then you need to know what you are required to give the IP address of that particular system. I mean, you cannot simply guess and give the IP address. Okay, why you cannot guess and give the IP address? Because what is the infrastructure of that particular organization you don't know. So to get to know about the infrastructure, some administrator or some person need to tell you what is the IP address, what is the static IP address which is free, and what is the DNS you guys are using or that particular organization is using, and what is the net mask value. So this information you need to know, and then you can feed it here. That is the static way of giving the IP. So now everybody know that why we require IP address, because we wanted to communicate that system with another outside world as well. So to communicate we need an IP address. So there are two ways to get the IP address. One is static, another one is dynamic. What is static? Why we need static IP? One reason is you don't have uh, any DHCP server running in your network, and that is why you are required to give IP statically to your system. Okay. In your home you have router running, but sometime it happens that you go to organization, and when you check, you connect your system, it doesn't get the IP address. So what you are required to do at that time, you are required to put manual IP by getting to know from the administrator that what is the IP address, and then you can proceed further. So that is static IP. Now what is dynamic IP address? What is dynamic IP address? Dynamic IP address is a IP address which is dynamic and given by a DHCP server. Dynamic IP means it will have a lease time also. Let's say somebody has given you an IP. Let's say if you are opening a server, sorry, if you are turning on a machine and machine is connected to a network, then the machine will send a request to the server that, hey, is there anybody who can give me the IP? Then DHCP server, DHCP full form is dynamic host control protocol. DHCP protocol will tell, hey, I am the server who can give the IP, and DHCP server will assign the IP to that particular system, and then system will accept and acknowledge with the success IP address. Yes, I have received your IP. Okay, this is one thing when system is automatically doing, but in our case system is not done automatically, so we are required to do it manually. So for that there is a command which called dh client hyphen v enp sorry eth0. Dh client hyphen v, what it does is it query in the network that is there any DHCP server is available or not. If DHCP server is available, it will ask for the IP address and get the IP. We'll see the log, what is happening here. So in DHCP, you can see that listening on, then sending on ETH0, and it shows the MAC address. Then DHCP request on ETH0 on to 255, 255, 255, 255, port 67. So DHCP uses port 67, please remember that, and port 255, 255, 255, 255 uses for broadcasting. Broadcasting means sending a packet to everyone, whomsoever is available in the network. Okay. So what this system has does is it sends that packet to everybody, and there is someone in the system in the network. The IP address of that system is 192.168.1.1. It was listening that if any packet receives from anybody. Okay, let me give the paint an idea. So let's say this is your system and this is your server. Okay. So what happened is system comes up, we have done the DHCP, and system is going to broadcast to everybody. Let's say it has another system also. It has another system also. Another system means another PC or another machine. So when it sends the broadcast message, it's going to reach to everybody. It reaches to server also, it reaches to this system also, it reaches to this system also. When somebody is doing broadcasting means sending a packet to everybody in the network. Okay, so now this server is running a DHCP server. So this server is running a DHCP server on port 67. Okay. So DHCP server, what it happens is whenever somebody is running DHCP server, it means somebody is listening. It is this server is going to listen that anybody is sending something on 67 port. If somebody sends it, it is going to listen. If this system is getting something on port 67, it will not respond because it's not listening on port 67. Same thing will happen with this also. It has got the packet, but it's not listening on port 67, and there is nothing running here. But this guy server is listening on port 67 and it's running a server. That's called DHCP, Dynamic Host Control Protocol. So what it does is it receives a packet, and that packet came from this system, from the MAC address, and it will say that, hey, I hey the server will tell that, hey, I am a DHCP server and I can give you an IP. So it will give an IP from its available pool, and that reply goes here to the system, and then it says, I bound to this IP address whatever I have received from this server, and then it sends a reply. It will say, yeah, it will say it acknowledges, yes, I received it. So you can see that here the same thing. It says bound. Here you are able to see bound message, bound to 192.168.1.57. Now it says renewal in 37066 seconds. You can calculate how many hours it is there. So the meaning of this is it is going to renew your IP in 37006 seconds. Okay, it may be some days. So that's called the lease time. Lease time means for some time, for a particular duration, somebody has given something to you. So our DHCP server has given you an IP for this number of seconds. So that seconds is the lease time for you. What happens after the lease time? After the lease time, it automatically generates a new IP and it will give to you. Got it? Okay. I will go back to static IP, and I will explain one more thing. Let's say some person has admin has told a person to assign this 192.168.100.101 IP to assign one person. So that person has gone and changed his IP address in which file? vi space slash etc slash sysconfig slash network hyphen scripts slash ifcfg hyphen ets0 or enps03. Sorry, enps0s3. So in that file, he has changed the IP address. And at some part, and at a particular time, your system started working. You are receiving the packet from internet, and it started working. Okay. Let's say another person is coming, and by mistake he has also given the same IP what you have got. Okay, so at that point of time you will see that there are having two people which is holding the same IP in the same network, which is not possible. So yesterday we have discussed this, correct? That in the same system, if two people are holding an IP, it's not going to work. So what will happen after that? It will tell that there is a system will tell, if you are using Windows, it will tell that you are having a IP conflict. So the name of this phenomena is IP conflict. Anybody can ask you what is called IP conflict. You need to reply, in a network, if two people are having the same IP, then it's called as IP conflict. The next person can ask, how do you think that two person can get the same IP? Then you need to reply, obviously DHCP will not give the same IP, but yes, in case some person is coming up in the network and by mistake he has given an IP, the same IP which has already been used. So in that case, you will get two IPs. Okay. So any doubt so far? Whatever I have explained? Any doubt in whatever I'm explaining here? You guys are able to see the cursor now?
Sir.
Yes.
Cursor is visible, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes,
got
sir.
to know. Okay, I got to know how to do that now. Yep. So, if nobody has any doubt, let me proceed further. So here we have seen that what is called IP address, what is called MAC address, and how to get an IP, what type of IP addresses, what are all the methods through which we can get the IP addresses. Okay, static IP addresses, dynamic IP addresses, what is called IP conflict. We have gone through, and next process in this is we know that we have got IP address. Okay, now what next? Now yesterday I've told an example. Let's say the server is having an IP address, and if you want to connect with that particular server from outside world, what you are required to do? You are required to use some application which can give you a connection with that particular server, which is kept somewhere else through the network. So here I'm going to do the same thing in the same network, in the same laptop itself, but you can do from outside network as well. So I'm here. I will remember the IP 192.168.1.57, and I will open putty. This is the putty application. In this application, I will type 192.168.1.57 IP, and you can see that it's going to use port 22. So you need to remember that. You need to remember that putty uses port 22 to connect. Okay. After this, you need to click on open. When we click on open, it's going to ask the server host is not cached in the registry. I'll come back to this point. What is this and why it is? Okay. So as of now, for the first time, if you are connecting, you need to click on accept. Now it's asking for login. Now, okay, let me increase the size and the color as well. Okay, it's visible, correct? So now I will give the username as root and the password is slash. You can see that I'm able to log in. It is the same system what you have seen here. This is the system. IP address of this system is 192.168.1.57. I will check the IP address of this through putty. You will be able to see that IP address is same here also. You can see that 192.168.1.57 is the IP address of this system. So I'm able to connect through putty. You are able to see that. Anybody has any doubts so far? Because I saw that most of the people were having a doubt that I'm not able to connect through putty. So this is clear to everyone. I wanted to hear from everybody that it's clear because I will give assignment on this only, and you are required to complete the assignment by today end of the day. And it will happen only when you have heard it completely and you know what is the thing. Okay, fine. So if nobody has any doubt, I'll proceed further. Next question was coming from most of the people was updating the package. So in rhel, there is a command called yum, and there is a manual page. Man is a manual for any command. You know what is called manual. Manual is a user manual for operating something. Let's say if you take your bluetooth bluetooth device. Let's say if you have bought your bluetooth device, and you don't know how to operate, what you will do, you will go and check the manual of that particular bluetooth device, how to operate, how to connect, how to disconnect, how to receive a call. All those things is there in the manual. Same thing is for applicable for any device. And here also we have the same thing called yum. uh, Yum is a command, and the manual is man. For opening the manual of that particular command, we use man, and we can click. It will give you yellow dog updater modified. Mhm. Great. Yum is an interactive RPM based package manager. It can automatically perform system updates, including dependency analysis and obsolete processing based on repository metadata. It can perform installation of a new package, removal of old package, and perform queries on the installed available packages, among many other commands. Okay, so in simple language, through Yum, you can update several package, you can remove several package, you can install several package, you can do all the installation, removal, updating part with this. So what is the process for doing that? How you can do that? So let's say if you want to install something, definitely you need to know what you want to install. If you go to your Windows machine, you want to watch movie, okay, then you need a player, correct? So now you know that you need a software which can play the movie. So either what will happen, you will go to internet and you will google that which player is which media player is good for playing this movie or this type of movie. So it will tell that, hey, MK player is there, VLC media player is there, Windows media player is there, whatever you want you can install. But by default, Windows media player comes along with your system itself. Let's say if that's not playing the video, so what you will do, we will download VLC and install it. Okay. So similarly, here also you need to know the name of software before installation. So over the time, what we need, we can get to know here, and you will also get to know what we need and what is the name of that particular software. Let's say as of now, I'm mentioning HTTPD. HTTPD. What is HTTPD? It's an HTTP web server. So that is what I'm just going to install. And the command for installation is yum install httpd. So what it is going to do is it's going to fetch the metadata from the server, and after fetching the metadata, it will check in the metadata itself what is the version of httpd is available for this CentOS, and from where I can get those information. It captures from the metadata, and then it downloads from that location and that version. So I'll show you. You can see that after this it's going to download. Yeah, base, extra, updates, primary underscore db. You are seeing this, all these three information. It means it's downloading the metadata. Speed is damn slow. Okay, no problem. So metadata means a data or a file which includes information of packages, which includes several information of the packages. Okay, in several information, it may have the size of the package, the checksum value of the package, the location of the package, the version number of the package. It may have the dependencies of the packages. There are several packages. So that is called metadata here. So let this be complete. Somebody asked that we need any settings to change. No, by default we don't need any setting to change in the putty. You just need to change. You just need to mention the IP address and the correct port number. Port number is 22, and the IP address you need to mention correctly. If IP address is correct, you are good to go ahead and you are good to connect. So it's finished its installation. Sorry, it's downloading the metadata. After this, you can see that after the metadata, you can see that running transaction check. So it's running a check on whatever package I have asked to download, whether that particular package is present in this particular metadata or not, whatever it has downloaded, and it checked that this is the package name, and it shows that it's for this CentOS will be installed. Processing dependencies. It means this package HTTPD is dependent on several other packages also. That depends on HTTPD-tools, and that depends on this package, libapr util, libapr, all these packages it depends on, and which is going to install automatically along with this. So how many packages are going to install? It's going to install 1, 2, 3, 4 packages, mailcap.notch also. You can see that I have installed httpd, but along with this it's going to install further more 4 packages which are all dependency packages. Okay, so this is the information. This is the version number, this is the repository from where it's picking up. Okay, what is the repository? There can be several. Here we have, just 1 second, somebody has texted something. In day 4 video, connect minimal server to server GUI. Uh, Connect minimal server to server GUI. I didn't get what do you mean by that. Can you explain it once again? I know the meaning, but which one you are asking? I just wanted you to explain
Sir, good morning, sir.
so that yeah. Good morning, Prasanna. Tell me.
Sir, actually, day 4 video, we have to connect the, we create the, actually, automatically, minimal server is created, sir. After that, GUI server, we have to connect it, sir. We have to install that. That is, day 4 video, we are connected to the GUI server to this minimal server, sir, connected. That is not cannot understand in that, sir. I have seen the two
Oh,
times
okay, okay,
video.
okay. GUI server to that server. Okay, fine, understood that. Okay, we'll do that. What is the GUI server? That GUI server is just on another PC. Okay,
Yes, yes, sir.
consider that server is just on another PC, and from another PC I wanted to connect to server. So what I can
Yes,
use?
sir.
I can use putty.
Put no, sir. Not we
Wait,
cannot anyone is
wait,
use the putty,
wait,
but
wait,
directly connected, sir. Okay.
wait. Let me complete. So either we can use putty. If you don't want to use putty, we can use an application called SSH, Secure Shell. So for that, I need to give SSH space IP address of that particular server, and it will directly connect. That's what we might have done. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here also we can do, no problem. I'll show you in a couple of minutes. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So here, what I was showing here is we have uh, we have mentioned. Okay, yeah. These are four packages. One there are four type of repository here. In the same repository, there are four type of distribution of the packages. One is base packages, one is extra packages, and another one is updates. The, not for three, I can say that. So in base, there will be core packages has been kept in the base packages. In extra distribution list, you will have some of the extra packages which are not part of the core operating system. Let's say some extra application you wanted, so that may come in an extra, which does not require to be in the core operating system packages. So those packages has been kept in extra packages. Updates are, let's say you have something installed in base and any further update came for that particular package, so those packages will go in update folder. All these things are stored in server, not here. Okay, this is the website. Let me take a look whether I'm able to open it or not. Screen is visible.
Good morning, sir. Sorry to interrupt in between.
Good morning, sir. No problem. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, Guys have shared one Google form link in the chat box. Has everyone seen it?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
sir.
request you to take out 2 minutes of time and fill it now. Okay. And in current location, you have to mention your city and state both. Name of the college means the college from where you have done your graduation. Graduation course can be BTech, BE, BCA, BCom, BSc, and year of completion of graduation. You should mention 20. The format should be 2021, 2018, 2019, means a complete 4 digit. Am I clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, please do it. And Nizam sir, I'll be sharing the format with you so that you can put the assignment detail against the name of each of the candidate, so that weekly review could be done.
Okay, sure, sir. I'll do that.
Okay, then I'm dropping the call and I request all of you to please fill it in coming 2 to 3 minutes. It will hardly take 2 minutes. Few entries are needed.
I think you can be here, sir. It's just 4 minutes are still remaining. So if you want
Okay.
them to instruct us, if you want to say something, you can be here. Not an issue, because I'm done. I'm just writing out the assignment, and after this, I'll paste in this chat box itself. And further
Okay,
class will
guys. So
start tomorrow.
I'll just let you know that the deployment speed depends on your performance. If Nizam sir says that yes, you are ready, then within 15 days also we can deploy you. The second thing is, all of you in the YouTube channel? Everyone is in the YouTube channel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So the previous batch lectures are present on that channel. So I request you that before each day you could go through those recorded videos so that your understanding level would be better and it would be fast. So let's make a target. If today is 12th of August, so we should be in a position to complete all the tutorial by end of this month only. Yes, are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
make sure to practice your com skills as well, because the interview would be on the video mode, so you should be able to present yourself with the full confidence.
Okay, sir.
And sir, are these candidates the regular ones?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They are good.
So only two entries till now I have received. So I request you to please fill it fast. Sir, I need to address one more batch of AWS.
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to drop the call.
Sure, sure. No issues. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. And guys, please fill it fast. Only three entries are there. This is very important. Total 13 candidates are in the batch, so I am expecting all the 13 entries very soon. So, sir, I'm dropping the call.
Sure, sure. I'll track at least 13 people should be there.
Done, done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. What we need to fill? What information it's asking, Swati? Your name in the name section. You're required to fill name. In email ID, you're required to fill email ID, contact number, current location, name of the college. All this information you're required to fill. Yes, Swati. You need to open the form, and in form, it's asking several information like your name, your college, your degree, all those information. If you have any doubt in which section, what you are going to fill up, then please ask question. I will explain. If you have filled the form, please write down here that you have filled the form. Please write down your name. that you have filled the form, so that I can track how many people are still yet to fill. Only 7 people completed, and there are 13 people. Mallikarjun, are you there? Chiru, are you there? Ravi, are you there? Okay, Ravi has completed. Okay, fine. Sandeep, are you there? Sandeep, are you there?
Yes, sir. I have a signal issue, sir.
So are you going to fill it?
Yes, sir. Filling, sir.
This is the question. Please paste, copy and paste everyone, first of all, somewhere in Notepad or WordPad, wherever you want. And these questions you need to write down in your own words. If you are copying from internet will tell me that yes, you have copied it, and which will not be good for you. So please, whatever you are going to write, please write down in your own words. If you will write down in your own words, then only you will learn something and you will be able to remember something. And then only you will be able to reply in interview. If you copy paste, definitely 100% sure I can say that you will not be able to reply in your interview. So please don't try that. Sandeep, have you filled? Because it's been 15 minutes since sir has pasted the link.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep, are you there?
Completed, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Completed,
completed.
sir.
Fine. Thank you, everyone. So just copy paste and send the assignment in writing in Word. Don't write in mailbox itself and paste in the mailbox. Please write it down in the Word and send and attach and write down your name of the batch, August batch, in the subject, and then send it back to me. Okay, reply back to me. And let me paste my email ID. What is my email ID? What is my email ID? Please copy paste this email ID immediately. You need to send your assignment to this email ID. Ravi, do you have any link to any of the videos? Okay, let me paste it for you. This is the playlist I have pasted. You can go through the playlist and whichever you feel, you can follow that. So thank you everyone. I do expect answers by today or tomorrow before the class from everyone. Then thank you and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.